Hello everybody, today I'm going to be bringing you my March book haul, which is on time for once, and actually in the month I'm talking about, so kudos to me. And the first book that I picked up this month is 21 Proms. It's a collection of 21 short stories by various authors, edited by David Levithan and Daniel Ehrenhaft. It includes works by Jodi Lynn Anderson, Holly Black, Libba Bray, Rachel Cohn, Elizabeth Craft, Melissa De La Cruz, Daniel Ehrenhaft, Amy Friedman, John Green, Brent Hartninger, Will Leitch, David Levithan, E. Lockhart, Leslie Margolis, Billy Merrill, Sarah Milanowski, Lisa Ann Sandel, Ned Vizzini, Cecily von Zeigesser, I'm so sorry, Adrian Maria Vretos, and Jacqueline Woodson. This novel has such a cute cover, and I'm really looking forward to reading this pretty soon because I had some really fond memories of my own 3 proms that I went to, and I currently work part-time in a floral shop, so I will be making a lot of boutonnieres and corsages in the next coming weeks because it's prom season, and this will give me a really nice shot of nostalgia. The next book I bought is We Should Hang Out Sometime by Josh Sundquist. For those of you who don't know, Josh is a well-known YouTuber, a Paralympic skier, a cancer survivor, a motivational speaker, and a self-proclaimed math geek. When he was 25, it dawned on him that he'd never had a girlfriend before, and he had had crushes before, he'd been out on dates before, and he'd come really close, but he'd never been able to take things to that next level with any girl, and he couldn't for the life of him figure out why. And Josh does something very interesting. He looks up a bunch of girls that he had known from his childhood, high school, his college years, that he had liked a lot, and he reconnects with them and asks them what really went wrong in their would-be relationship. And I really liked his approach to all this because it would have been so easy to just assign blame to these other girls and be bitter and say, oh, I'm a nice guy, girls don't want to date nice guys, because that's BS. It's so many other factors going on, and it's so easy to be self-pitying, and that's not at all who Josh is. He was very humble and very quick to assign blame to himself, and I like that he was just opening up to these girls and saying, hey, I liked you all those years ago, maybe I wasn't upfront about it, but what did I do wrong? And I like that he was just looking at himself and he's reflecting and saying, what can I improve upon? Like, is it something I can feasibly change about myself, or is it something I just need to live with? The next book that I picked up is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han, and this is not a new book, but it does actually have its sequel book coming out in about a month, and I've got that pre-ordered, even though I haven't read this one yet. This is about a girl named Laura Jean. So, you know how when you go through anger management, they might say when you're angry, just write a letter to whoever is making you angry and then throw it away? In her case, whenever she likes a guy a lot, she just falls head over heels in love with him, but she never tells them. So instead, she writes a letter and just pours her feelings out to help her get over her crush, and she keeps them in a box under her bed, and one day the letters get out and all of the guys have seen these, and hilariousness and awkward situations ensue. And next I picked up Vivian Apple at the End of the World by Katie Coyle. This is about a girl named Vivian Apple, and she and her parents are a part of this very small cult in the US that believes that the end of the world is coming very soon, and that they, the true believers, are going to be raptured before that happens, and that 90 days after the world will come to an end. Vivian doesn't really buy into it, it's her parents' thing, but she just kind of goes along with it. And then one day she wakes up and her parents are missing, and all she can find are these 2 holes in the ceiling. And it appears that they, along with the majority of the rest of their cult, have been raptured, and they have the world's attention, and it just sends everybody into this massive panic because they think the rapture's happened, and now everyone's thinking that the world is going to end in 90 days. So now Vivian goes on this road trip with a friend of hers to try and figure out what the heck is going on, see if she can find her parents. So it's this really cool hybrid of a contemporary road trippy book with a sci-fi mystery adventure, and I'm really pumped about reading this summer. And next I picked up Jacobi by William Ritter. This follows a young girl named Abigail Rook who arrives in turn-of-the-century London in desperate need of a job, and through a turn of events, she comes into the employment of the eccentric paranormal detective Jacobi. I know nothing about this plot other than it has been compared to Sherlock, Doctor Who, and the Infernal Devices, so this was a no-brainer to pick up. And finally, I bought Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. This is the story of a girl named Emmy. She lives in LA with her older brother, and she is an aspiring Hollywood set designer. She's already an intern or an apprentice or something, and for the summer she has been left in charge of her brother's apartment, and he has given her full range to do with it whatever she wants and just have an adventure. so long as she does something amazing with his apartment by the end of the summer. So she is on assignment with one of her coworkers slash best friends to find the perfect couch for this scene in an upcoming movie. And they stumble upon this love letter that's been found in this old antique piece of furniture. And they decide it's their personal mission to figure out who this person is and track them down and get this delivered to them finally. And this just follows Emmy as she's on this really cool adventure and she's struggling with her past breakup from her girlfriend. And this just sounds like such an interesting book. And as someone who used to work in theater in high school, like as the set designer slash like prop person, I really feel like this is going to be a fun book and very, very relatable. That is it. Those are the 6 books that I bought this month. And seeing them all stacked up like this alongside each other right now, it's occurring to me just how beautiful all of their covers are. So I'm insanely happy about that. This was a great month to buy books, apparently. And thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye!